What's going on, everyone? It is Kelb, and I want to do a shorter video, post something on YouTube. It's been a minute on armor farms. As you can see, I have a lot of armor, a lot of masterworked armor, which is very expensive to do, by the way. I highly recommend that you lower your expectations and choose specific stats that you want to focus for. For me, it's typically most of my gear always has some form of grenade in it. I do like my grenade builds. In my opinion, I think you should either focus towards super or weapons. One of those two be very strong to build into. It's tough to decide like which one is better. In my opinion, I think having more supers is better than having more weapons, but it doesn't hurt to have both. That being said, how do you farm really good armor? In my opinion, there's only really two good gear sets. It is going to be Aon Adapter, and it is going to be Smoke Jumper. Smoke Jumper gives you a ton of DR for picking up an orb, while Aon Adapter gives you DR for getting kills with rocket launcher, grenade launchers, and macro missiles. A lot of the best weapons in the game right now are a rocket pulse, a rocket sidearm, rocket launcher, grenade launcher, some combination of those things. And one that just recently got a buff that I think might get on the rise next season is going to be Alephanum. So the reason why I say this is because it only requires a few kills and like 2 shots of Alephanum to be able to generate heavy ammo. And with a high weapon stat, you can actually generate a ton of ammo, and those bricks that you pick up will give you even more ammo. So Alephanum might be on the rise. It just depends. I think we need a new stasis rocket or just a new stasis heavy weapon to really benefit. Or maybe we just get a energy weapon that's like a rocket pulse with parasites. So like a solar rocket pulse, if that comes out next season, I think Alephanum is definitely going to be on the rise. And this is a primary ammo micro missile. So keep that in mind in the future. In terms of farming armor, you want to farm Smoke Jumper and you want to farm Aon Adapter. To get Aon Adapter, you need to go to Kepler and do the Mythic campaign. Doing the Mythic campaign will give you access to the Aon Adapter armor, and to farm it, there is a loot cave. You need to farm it on Mythic, which I recommend you reach 450 power to be able to get tier 5 versions of this armor. I recommend that you do have some sort of build for farming. Me personally, on my Warlock, I have this Gallahorn build. 200 weapons will give you extra ammo on your grenade pickups, or on your heavy pickups, not grenade pickups, sorry. And then having a scavenger will also help as well. Having a shoot to loot weapon. And mint is just always solid. So what you want to do is you spawn in, you go behind, you can ball all the way there, or if you want to like eager edge sword, whichever method, it doesn't really matter. You just need to get there. And then you just want to farm this loot cave. It's a pretty commonly known loot cave, so if you already know this method, then you're fine. You could just move forward. But if you don't, there has been this method. It's been here since like launch, so I don't think it's going to get nerfed anytime soon. So you just want to get here and just start killing shit. There's nothing really crazy to it. Kill shit, generate ammo. Right there, I generated a brick. Just do that over and over. Eventually, all the enemies are going to stop spawning out here, and then you move to the different section of this area. Move over here, do the same thing, kill the enemies until they stop spawning. I think only a few usually spawn here. And you go sit in this corner. Once you sit in this corner, you can watch right there. And once these ads that I'm pointing at right here spawning, there's going to be some that spawn in under us. But now that you see that happening, you now know the cycle has reset. So you just keep doing that over and over. Okay. Now for Smoke Jumper armor sets. Smoke Jumper can come from any engram that is in the fire team or solo ops. As you can see, it drops alongside the tech stack armor, alongside all of the weapons that you're probably already familiar with. So how do we focus specifically Smoke Jumper? Well, the easiest way is just to wait for a daily focus. For example, Fallen Bunker today is guaranteed arms. So what you can do is you can dedicate the day to farming Smoke Jumper with a specific focus on Smoke Jumper arms. On top of this, you do want to have a ghost mod that has the specific type of armor you're looking for. While this doesn't massively increase the chance of it being the specific stat that you want, I believe this makes it a 25% chance, so it's more likely than not happening at all. I believe at a base level, these are all a 16% chance, and then when you put on a focus, it makes this a 25, and this makes them all 15%. So even if it's not a massive difference, it's still better than not having it on at all. Reclaims can be really good to farm this armor in general. They do have the highest drops in the solo and the fire team ops. It has 3 per completion. If it has a daily focus, that makes it 4. If you get a prime engram, that's 5. And these can be ran pretty fast, especially since they all have matchmaking. And if you're at ultimate level, you're always going to have the best tier of rewards. So you can probably do 8-minute runs and maybe even faster when you're with a dedicated group of players. Each round, there is enough chests to pick up to where you could just pick up chests and then do one objective and you'll be able to get to the next area. What I like to do is have one person dedicated running around to picking up chests and then another group of 2 do an objective really fast together, and then they start collecting chests on their own as well. That should get you pretty fast clears in each of the earlier zones and will allow you to get to the end very fast so you can melt the boss together, get your loot, and then reset. That's going to be it for me. I know I only showed a Warlock build. However, I can put on screen and have the dim links to a Titan and a Hunter build as well. Hope you guys enjoyed. Till next time, peace out.